Welcome to the Trustee Platform demo. In this scenario, an already registered data provider will register a new dataset as part of the distributed data sources of Trustee. At the start of this demonstration, the data lake already contains 12 datasets. By the end, we will confirm that a new dataset has been successfully registered. Login and access. The data provider begins by accessing the Trustee platform and logging into their account. After successful authentication, they are directed to the platform's homepage, where they can view their dashboard and available workflows. Initiating the Provide Data workflow. From the dashboard, the data provider selects the Provide Data process to begin registering a new dataset. For this demonstration, the dataset belongs to the health domain and contains COVID-19 data. The data provider is requested to fill in the dataset description form. This includes providing the dataset's name, domain, size, and number of records, as well as a short description and relevant metadata attributes. They also define the dataset's structure, including column names and the types of values contained in each field. Finally, they specify the endpoint from which the dataset can be accessed, and the time period during which Trustee will be authorized to access it. It is important to note that the dataset itself always remains at the premises of the data provider and is never stored within the Trustee platform. Only the dataset's description and metadata are registered in the system, if the data provider does not provide all the required information in this form. The process cannot continue, and the dataset cannot be registered in Trustee. Submission and next steps. Once all required information has been entered, the data provider submits the form to proceed. The system validates the provided information and initiates the agreement creation process. Agreement creation and signing. The data provider is redirected to the Agreements portal to create and sign the agreement that will officially register the dataset. For this agreement to be created and signed, Trustee must ensure that both a Data Privacy Impact Assessment and a GDPR compliance check have been successfully completed for the dataset. The data provider performs the Privacy Impact Assessment to ensure that all privacy considerations are properly addressed. They then complete the GDPR compliance check to verify that the dataset meets Trustee's regulatory standards. Once both assessments have been successfully completed, the data provider returns to the Agreements portal to finalize the process. Agreement finalization. At this stage, Trustee retrieves a list of available computations that may be performed over the dataset. The data provider selects which computations they authorize Trustee to execute, and then proceeds to sign the final agreement. Dataset registration. After the agreement has been signed, the Security and Trust Manager registers the dataset as part of the distributed data sources of Trustee. All dataset-related metadata and authorization details are securely stored in the data lake. The dataset itself, however, continues to reside safely at the premises of the data provider. The process concludes with the data provider being redirected back to their dashboard. The data lake now reflects 13 datasets, confirming the successful registration of the new dataset. This concludes the demonstration of the Provide Data process in Trustee.